I thought I would start with foundations, and this is the drawer of all of my primers, foundations, foundation powders, and extra powders. So I'm going to empty this entire drawer, lay it out, have it all in one spot before deciding what to keep and what to give away or what to throw away. So here I have sorted everything into categories. These are going to be everything that you would apply before applying your foundations. Let's start from the left. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. I do like this, but I don't like it as much as the current one sitting on my desk, which has been my go-to, and that's the Backlight Primer from Becca. So I think I'm going to put this in a pile to give off to someone who might enjoy it a little bit more than me. This is the Milk Makeup Blur, and this is perfect for when I need to be a little bit more matte and when I'm oily or don't want to wear a lot of makeup. So I am going to keep this around. I'm also going to be looking at the expiration dates on products. This is still quite new, so I'm going to keep it around. This is the Sisley Paris Double Teinture, and I do love this. It does make my makeup last longer. It's sticky and it does have a fragrance to it, so it's not my favorite everyday one, but for a special occasion I do like it, and it's so expensive that I'm not gonna part with it just yet. Next up, I have two fresh Jouer primers. This one's the anti-aging moisturizing primer, and then this one is the anti-blemish matte primer. Now I love these because they're silicone free and they're actual skincare in it, so I don't want to get rid of either one. I definitely wear the anti-aging one a lot more because it has hyaluronic acid and it has peptides in it for my dry skin. This one has salicylic acid, so it's really great for when you are trying to, fight breakouts, or if it's that time of the month, and it is slightly mattifying but not drying. While I don't use this one as much, I do like to have it in my makeup collection, and it's brand new. This one's good for 6 months and it's brand new, so I am going to keep it in my collection. I have two Laura Mercier primers. I have the oil free and the Radiance. Part of me feels like I want to keep both, but I know I don't need both. So looking at these, they're 6 months and 12 months. The oil free is only good for 6 months and the Radiance is good for 12 months. Now I feel like this one is coming up to the end of its lifespan of being opened, because I did get this last summer, so I might just pass this one off and keep the oil free one because it's newer. Okay, life is not complete without the Hourglass Veil Primer, and this is the jumbo size, so this isn't going anywhere. This is staying right in my collection. Quick side note, I've also gone through, I think I've purchased 3 bottles of these. Not this size, the glass bottles, and then a ton of travel sizes. This is the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. I don't have any issues with it. I think it's pretty good, but I have a lot of primers in this corner over here, so I'm gonna have to just let go because I don't want to have too many primers that I can't get through. Here is my Coola Dawn Patrol Classic Primer with SPF 30. I do like this one and it's pretty new. This does not expire for 2 years, so I will be keeping this around for a little bit longer because it has the SPF in there. Here is the Pores No More Luminizing Primer base, and I do like this, so it's pretty new as well, so I'm going to keep this in my collection. Next up is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Light, and I'm just not a huge fan of this, so I'm going to move this over to give away to someone who might like it more. This is the Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. I've used it a couple of times. I do like it. It's very unique, but I just, it's kind of old now, and I feel like I should probably pass it on before it goes bad. So in terms of what I'm keeping, I have the Milk Blur, I have the Sisley Paris, I have 2 of my Jouer ones that are brand new, almost brand new Laura Mercier, a brand new Hourglass, the pretty new Coola, and then Dr. Brandt. I also have the Becca Backlight, which is the one I've been using currently sitting on my table. Here's what's going to be passed on to someone who'll enjoy it more. I have the Becca First Light Priming Filter, the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Primer, Smashbox Photo Finish Light, and the Estee Edit Pore Vanisher. And then this will be going into the garbage, the foundation primer in Radiance, just because it's expiring soon. Moving on to tinted moisturizers, BB, CC creams, that kind of a situation. Here are all of the products that fall into that category. First up is this Kula Organic BB Cream in Golden. I love the formula. The shade is just a little too bronzy for me, and I would definitely have to like mix this in with other products that are maybe too light. So part of me wants to keep this around because it's still brand new. It doesn't expire until 2019, and I can use it to mix in with other products that are a little bit too light for me. This is probably one of my most used products this summer, and this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I've gone through 2 of these. I'm almost done with this one as well. And at first, when I first reviewed this product and I had oilier skin, I did not like it whatsoever. But now that my skin is drier and more normal, I absolutely love it, and I use it all the time. I am in the shade Wheat 4.5. I have a travel size of the It Cosmetics CC Plus cream. I'm gonna keep this because it's in the shade medium, and I definitely want this for when I'm traveling. I have the Glossier Skin Tint, and I believe this is the shade medium. I really like this for my no makeup days. It just is perfect to mix in with my moisturizers, or if I just want a light wash of dewiness. It's just a great product, and I believe it's still good. Don't see an expiration on here, but it's not that old, so I will definitely keep this around. I'm a little torn about this Avenay High Protection Complexion Correcting Shield. It's a mineral SPF 50, and it's in the shade medium. So it's a physical SPF with titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. It's got great ingredients, great coverage. The shade just isn't the best color match for me, and I'm thinking because I have so many other products to get through, I might have to put this in the giveaway pile. Next up is the Oborian CC cream. This is the illuminating one, and I do really enjoy this. It has an SPF 25, not quite high enough for what I personally prefer, but I do enjoy this enough to use this over a physical SPF and to add a little bit of tint, and I barely got any use out of it, so I'm going to keep this. This is my Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint, and I love it, but not enough to keep it in comparison to the Glossier. I don't have any real issues with it. It's just getting kind of old, and I don't know when it expires. This is at least a year old, and this has an SPF 30, and it's a physical SPF, so I think I should let it go, especially since I feel like it might be expired, and I do have something similar in my collection. This one doesn't have SPF though, but I never would just wear SPF using these products. These are on top of my skincare SPF. And the next product is going to be my It Cosmetics CC Plus cream. This is one of my favorites. This is in the shade medium, and I believe it's still good. I'll double check to make sure. I can't really remember when I opened it, but because it is in a pump, and I'm pretty sure that these last a little bit longer. I really wish they had the expiration on here. After all that, I'm keeping these products over here and getting rid of these products over here. Okay, so here are all of my cream foundations, and I'm gonna go through each one. Here is the Mally Flawless Finish Transforming Effect Foundation in medium. I really enjoy this foundation. This is a beautiful full coverage cushion foundation. Not really, it's like a cream to liquid foundation. It comes in what you would think is a cushion, but it's not. Now the issue with this is I'm not gonna wanna wear this again until it gets cooler because of how heavy the coverage is. It doesn't feel heavy, but I just don't really wear that much foundation anymore. So this is one of those products that I'm not gonna get to until winter time, and it does expire in 6 months. So I'm gonna pass this on, and hopefully somebody will like it and be able to use it before it goes bad. Here is my DMK Cosmetics foundation. I always have to have one in my makeup collection. This is on the verge of going bad. It's good for 12 months, and I got this, I think, I want to say last summer or spring. So honestly, to be completely frank, I have to probably let this go as well, because I don't want to be putting expired makeup on me, even though I really love this. It's going to be really sad to see this go, actually. This is a brand new Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick in the shade Y375. This is brand new, so I'm going to keep this. This is my Pure Weiss foundation, and it's the Just Sheer foundation. I just got this. I love it. I am definitely keeping this. It's my favorite cream foundation right now, and you can build it up, but I just absolutely love this stuff. So this is not going anywhere. So these are the cream products I'm keeping, Makeup Forever and Pure Weiss. And I'll be getting rid of my DMK and my Mally. Next up, let's talk about some powder foundations. This is my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I don't love it, and to be completely honest, I've tried it a couple times in Makeup Bag Monday. It's just not my favorite. It's good for 2 years. I think I'm gonna hand this off to someone who might enjoy it more than me. I like their regular powder. I'm just not crazy about this powder foundation. Here's one of my all-time favorites. This is my second purchase of this, and it's the 100% Pure Fruit Pigment Foundation in Peach Bisque. It's my favorite for setting, adding a little bit more coverage, also just wearing it alone. Here is my Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 powder foundation. This is a great product, especially if you have sensitive skin, and I just love this foundation powder. I haven't used it in a while. I actually haven't used this one at all. I think the color is okay. I have to double check. But this is a beautiful, quick, full coverage foundation powder. I'm a little on the fence because I feel like I want to keep this, but I also have 2 other ones that I love as well. And I have to decide if I'm going to just keep things to keep it or if I'm going to let someone else enjoy it. The next one is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. There is talc in this, but it's solid, so I'm not as concerned about it, and it's the Warm Neutral shade. I got this, I think this was launched in January, is when I got it, and I love it. I kind of just put it away and forgot about it, so I'm going to want to try and use this up a little bit more. Expiration is 12 months from opening, so I still have some time to use this up. My Bare Minerals Original, this is one of my favorites. My skin looks amazing with this, and it's in Soft Medium 11 is my shade. This is also pretty new. I recently got it in February, so I'm going to keep this around because I don't think these expire very often. Like, it takes a while for these to expire. I'm going to end up keeping my Pure Cosmetics, my Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and Bare Original. I am going to let go of the Pure Cosmetics because I haven't used it in a while. I forgot I also have this Urban Decay Naked Powder Foundation, and I only used it once. It's in Medium Light Neutral. I used it for Makeup Bag Monday and for a Tester Tuesday back in the day, so I have to see if this expires in 2 years, so I feel like I need to let this go just because clearly I haven't used it and someone else could enjoy it before it goes bad. So now let's move into the traditional types of foundations. A lot of these are kind of old, and some of them I just don't really need that coverage. I don't really like full coverage foundations. So while I review these products for you guys to kind of hear about them and see how they wear, sometimes I just don't personally wear it enough to justify keeping it and taking up the space. The first is going to be the Le Tint Moisturizing Revival Revive, and this is a tinted oil. This actually should have probably been in my tinted moisturizer pile because I love this. Very lightweight, very natural, very hydrating. This expires in a year, but I just got this in February, so I'm going to keep it around a little bit longer. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and I really love this formulation. It's a stay in place makeup, but the shade is incredibly light right now for me, so I think I might try and mix this in with some other darker colors. If it doesn't work, I might actually, you know what, I should not keep things that don't match me, so I am going to pass this on because it does expire. Well, this expires in 2 years. I don't know. I really do like this because it's lightweight and it looks great on me in the winter time, but I'm worried about just keeping things around when I don't need them, or I'm not going to use them until like next winter. One of my favorite lightweight foundations is the Kojen Do Moisture Foundation, and this is in the shade 123, so I definitely get a lot of use out of it, and I am going to keep it around. This is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation. This expires in a year, and I got this last summer, so I am going to toss it. This is Sand Beige, and you can see I got quite a bit of use out of it. Like, you can see, like, a lot of it is just air still, but I got some good use, so I don't feel horrible about it. Here is the Zellen's Youth Glow Foundation, which I recently purchased, and I'm going to keep it around for a little bit longer just because I recently bought it. This is the Bare It All Pure Cosmetics Full Coverage Foundation. This is 12-hour long wear. It's incredibly full coverage. I like it, but I don't wear full coverage like ever. So I am going to let it go. This is the Guerlain Terracotta Beautifying Foundation with SPF. I love the way my skin looks with this. It's in the shade Natural. I did get quite a bit of use out of it, but it's from last summer, so I think I'm gonna have to pass it on because I don't know when it expires. And I do know that the SPF, unless there's an expiration date, can go bad, and I don't want it to cause any skin reactions, so I'm gonna let it go. I have the Pure Cosmetics Liquid Veil 4-in-1 Spray Foundation, which is a great alternative to the Dior Air Flash. I have just had this for a while, so I am again gonna let this go. My favorite lightweight foundations is the Kojen Do Aqua Foundation. This I've had for, I wanna say, over a year, and I do have a backup, so I'm gonna let go of this. I have two shades of my Sisley Le Tint Foundation, one of my favorite kind of more medium coverage foundations with skincare benefits in it. I have two shades because this is my like everyday shade, and then this is my winter shade, so I'm gonna keep both of these. I have the new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. I really enjoy this, and this is gonna be like my perfect if I want more coverage foundation for me, and also it's long wear. So I don't need both shades because one of them actually is a little too yellow. I'm gonna keep Accru, and Dune I'm gonna pass on. These are the Makeup Forever Face and Body, which later became the Water Blend. I love these, but I just don't wear them that often anymore, so I feel like I should let them go. The Face and Body for sure, because it's expired at this point, and then the Water Blend, I just haven't used it since it first came out because I just have different preferences in my foundation now. It's a really great lightweight water-based foundation though if you're looking for a water-based foundation. I really wish they didn't like get rid of this one though. So I'm gonna let these go. I am gonna keep my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. This is the new bottle. I haven't opened this just yet. I like to keep one in my makeup collection because it is very nice. My Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is in the shade Warm Nude, and it's good for 12 months. I do like it. It's very lightweight and nice. Then this is my 100% pure foundation that's gonna go bad in probably 6 months. The bottle broke, so I just depotted it and put it in here. I need to try and use this up, but I'm gonna keep this around because it's still pretty new and I like it. So here are all the foundations I am going to be keeping, and here's the pile of stuff I'm going to be getting rid of right here. Okay, so let's talk about some powders. I'm going to be very strict with my powders because I do not need all of this. I also have a ton of new powders to test out. Plus, I've really been enjoying making my own powder foundation. So it's one of those things where I'm just not going to get through all of this. So let's get started. Here's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes. I do really enjoy this, and I believe it's talc free. I really like this for setting my under eyes. I have the Well People powder, and this is a really beautiful finely milled powder. This expires in 2 years, and I just got this, so I'm gonna keep it. Here is the Becca Golden Hour Soft Light Blurring Powder, and while I do enjoy this, I think it's kind of bulky. I haven't reached for it in a while, and I haven't missed it. So I loved it when it first came out, and I did use it quite a bit, but you guys know I have a lot of makeup and new things are always coming out, so I think it's time to let this go and hand it off to someone who will really enjoy it. I have two powders here. This one is the Translucent Light Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, which I really love, and I'm gonna keep that. This is the illuminating one, and this is in the shade Light, and this is really beautiful for under the eyes. Both of these powders are talc free, and I am going to keep this as well. This is the Laura Mercier Candlelight powder, and this is supposed to just like go all over the face to illuminate. I'm gonna keep this because it's brand new. I haven't opened it yet, and it should still be good. These are good for 18 months. This is the Makeup Forever, which one is this? This is the Ultra HD powder. Now this can leave a little bit of a white cast in photography, especially flash photography, so I'm just gonna pass this on because I rarely use it for that reason. This is also the Makeup Forever, this one is the Micro Finishing Powder. I just don't like how, like, this is gonna sound bizarre, but it's almost too finely milled, so I'm gonna pass this on as well. Here is the Kojen Do Setting Powder, and I was a little disappointed because For as clean as this brand typically is, they don't use any petroleum mineral oils and they don't use any fragrance, but they did use talc as their setting powder as their first ingredient, I believe, when I got this. So I'm just gonna end up using those more anyways because they don't have talc. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. I have 2 of the Makeup Forever setting powders, and these are in the shade light, and then I have one that's in yellow. Not yellow, but it's like for medium skin tones. So I think I'm gonna keep these around a little bit longer because I do like them and I haven't really had a chance to play with them too much. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Translucent, and I'm not a huge fan of the mattifying one. I do like the other one that's just the pressed translucent, so I'm gonna hand this off. This is kind of embarrassing, but this is the Bourjois Healthy Balance that I bought like 3-4 years ago in Europe and never used it. So at this point, it's probably gone bad. It's good for 18 months from opening. I'm sure I can still use it, but I just don't feel comfortable, so I'm going to toss that. This is from Physicians Formula, and this is the Mineral Wear Talc-Free Airbrush Pressed Powder SPF 30. And I'm going to keep this because it is talc-free and it has SPF 30, so it's a great option to retouch my makeup. On my desk, I do have a couple powders. This is my foundation powder that I made and have been using every single day. And that video is coming up, if not already up on my channel. I also am using up my Ilia translucent powder. This is like one of my favorites and I've gotten quite a lot of it used up. Good for a whole year. And I've had it since December, so I still have some time. I didn't really know where to put this Mally Evercolor Poreless Face Defender because it's a silicone product, but it sets and perfects your makeup. This is good for 2 years, so I will keep this around a little bit longer. I don't use it all the time, mainly just because of the fact that it's pure dimethicone essentially, and I avoid it whenever possible, but it's almost impossible to avoid in your makeup, so you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. So here are all the powders I am going to keep, and then here are all the powders I'm going to either toss or give away. So when everything's said and done, I am keeping 38 products and I'm getting rid of 28 products. Do you see that pee stain over there? Yeah, that's gross. I'm gonna clean that. That is nasty. I am so sorry about that, but well, let's just cut that off over there. I'm actually gonna show you guys on my second channel how to get rid of stains that are just stuck. I'm not even sure if that's pee or throw up, but yeah. That's everything that's going away. This is everything that needs to go back in my drawer.